Hi, please check out the part 1 version before part 2 for better orientation. In this part 2, let's discuss about spotted fever. So this is the second type of illnesses caused by the Rickettsial group, and in spotted fever you have many types, and for simplification I have made it into just 3 groups. One is Rocky Mountain spotted fever, Rickettsialpox and everything else. So Rocky Mountain spotted fever is something very classical for Rickettsia, right? So as soon as somebody tells you the word Rickettsia, the first thing you remember is Rocky Mountain spotted fever. So Rickettsia, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. So it is also caused by the same species, also Rickettsia. So remember that Rocky Mountain spotted fever is caused by Rickettsial, Rickettsial. So this is something very classical, and Rocky Mountain spotted fever, you know that it's one of the most serious types of illnesses among the spotted fevers, and it is similar picture of the typhus, and you have to remember that rash appears earlier, and I'll tell you how to remember this in a simple quick review video. And next variety is the Rickettsialpox. Rickettsialpox, I want you to remember that pox is something, it will cause viral illness. By the word pox, you can remember that it is the disease is self-limiting and is something resembles like chicken pox. So we'll have similar type of fever and similar type of rash. Okay, one thing I want you to remember in Rickettsialpox is it is caused by Rickettsia acari, where the word acari means mite. Okay, I'm going to tell you a very stupid mnemonic. It's not a mnemonic. In South Indian languages, usually akka refers to elder sister or badi behan. Okay, so this elder sister is very strong, you know, she's very mighty and she causes all, it's very mighty means she's mighty enough to cause pox. So your pox is caused by your akka, which is mite. Okay, I think this should help. And I don't want to discuss much about this. So long you're getting the answer right in the exam, I don't care how much you criticize. So next is others. Others, I'll tell you only the exam point of view ones. There are many things: Indian tick typhus, Mediterranean fever, Kenyan fever, South African typhus, African tick typhus. Everything else comes in your spotted fever group. Okay, whichever you don't know properly, everything else fits in this others group. And one thing I really want you to remember is your Botany's fever. This Botany's fever, I'll write it up for you. This Botany's fever, it is also known as Mediterranean fever. This fever, it is caused by Rickettsia conori. This is an extra point. It's generally not that much asked in exams, just for you to remember extra stuffs which generally others don't remember. I'm just telling you this extra point. So this Botany's or Mediterranean tick typhus is caused by Rickettsia conori. I'll write this up for you. Rickettsial conori. Okay, so now we have finished the spotted fever group. So in spotted fever group, I didn't tell you the arthropod, which is mainly infecting on purpose. So now you know that Rickettsialpox is caused by Rickettsia, your elder sister, Rickettsia acari, that is by mite, right? Everything else except this, all possible stuffs, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, your Rickettsial conori, everything else is caused by tick. So remember, in spot, you just tick the spotted fever. Okay, just tick on it, tick the spotted fever, and yes, this is for everybody else, for lay people. This became too easy, right? I'll complicate it a little bit more by adding little bit detail. It's called as XO did tick. So I did tick, XO did tick. So spotted fever groups except your Rickettsia acari or Rickettsialpox is caused by mite. Everything else is caused by ticks, that is ixoid ticks. Okay, so I hope this simplified things up a bit. So next, without any delay, let's switch to scrub typhus. Scrub typhus, this is very simple, only one species, only one fever. It is caused by Orientia susugamushi. I'm sure this is everybody's favorite name. Even in second year MBBS, I was so much fascinated towards this name, this Japanese name, that I wanted to name my child Orientia susugamushi. It's kind of fun. This is again very mighty. if it is not very strong, I want my child to be very strong, right? So again this is caused by mite. Yeah, by strong I meant this mite, spelling English, mighty. Okay, so Orientia susugamushi is again mite, that is scrub typhus. So that is all you need to remember. I think this kind of simplified things up a bit. The third type is the Coxiella burneti, and this was named after Cox and Burnett, who independently identified the same agent. So the illness caused by this Coxiella burneti is Q fever. This has an interesting story. This is called as Q fever because Q actually meant for query, as in question mark. So when the etiological agent of this disease was unknown, so that time it was called as Q fever, like something like your X-ray. I don't know what is coming out of this machine, so till we call it a name, let's give it the name as X-ray. So similarly this was called as Q fever. This is also gram negative, and it's also a zoonotic fever. And the last, there are 4 species in Ehrlichia group, that is Ehrlichia senetsu, Ehrlichia schaffensis, and Ehrlichia phagocytophilia. Okay, in Ehrlichia, senetsu means glandular fever. This is caused by ingestion of raw fish. So this is one thing which is not arthropod borne. So this is one thing you really need to remember. Well, again these two are caused by ticks. And for those who want extra detail, schaffensis is caused by amblyomma tick, and phagocytophilia is caused by Ixodes tick. Okay, the reason why I have not made mnemonics for this is this questions are usually not commonly asked from this chapter, but I really want you to know in case to rule out options, so you don't have to be thorough with this. If you are thorough with the previous ones, this will help you in ruling out the options. So the treatment, there is only one thing you need to remember, these are susceptible to doxycycline. And this is also the drug of choice. There is one additional point which you need to remember, that addition of hydrochloroquine, it alkalinizes the phagolysosome, so it makes doxy even effective against the Coxiella species as well. So this is one extra point you need to remember, that for Coxiella you need addition of hydrochloroquine. It helps doxycycline in the treatment. For clinical features, please check out part 3.